Still, do not have an intro. But this week, our friend from down the streets in Vienna, Mr. BENCB, decided to call me out. So today's video is going to be a heads-up grudge match against BENCB. By the way, I actually need to address this. I'm not trying to like take Spraggy on in who wears the best trackies or anything like this. I'm definitely inspired by the high zip-up trackie from Mr. Spraggy himself. Legend, by the way. If you don't follow him already, definitely check out his channel. He is a legend. But today's match is going to be against BENCB. We're going to have a little video with him. We're going to play against him. It's kind of interesting. We're going to play 2 tables of 5-10 for an hour. I'm going to see who makes the most money against who. There's obviously going to be loads of variance in, so if he beats me, I'm definitely going to use that as my excuse, but if I beat him, there would definitely be no excuses allowed from his side. We have a few little forfeits, little things which are going to come in to make the game a little bit more spicier. We all know we love these spicy heads-up games, so I'm going to include these on the screen and talk about them when we start the playing. So hope you enjoyed the video. Like, comment, subscribe, bell, this, that, the other. Love to see it. And happy Christmas. Merry Christmas. Actually, we're after Christmas, so what am I talking about? I'm not sure. Still got the rosy reds. All right, we're live. We're live against Mr. BENCB himself. And we have a very, very fun heads-up match here. So we have 3 different missions we're trying to complete. One is to triple check his bluff. One is to 5-bet jam 7 deuce off. And one is to successfully 3x pot jam second pair or worse. So we're going to be playing relatively aggressive. Both players are going to be here having fun. We're not trying to play on the tight side. I also have my wheel for when we need that. BENCB straight in with a free bet. We love to see it. We're going to be calling. So I have a randomizer on the side just over here. I'm not going to go through it each time because I think it becomes quite uninteresting for the viewer. I think this is a board where I'm going to start stabbing a bunch. I'm going to make him fold King Jack offsuit kind of hands. Hopefully he... this is nice. Play another table with Benjamin Roller. Yes, please. He check calls the flop, and I've tried to make his order folds already fold. The turn is quite nice. It means that all of his backdoor flush draws have now missed. So I'm going to start with I'm going to double barrel here, and hopefully I can get a bunch of hands to fold. Get a fold, and we start off in a good way. He has top up on as well. We love to see that. So yeah, he wins a pot, we win a pot, and I think it's a good double barrel. When the jack comes on the turn, which is Badoogie, i.e. no backdoor flush draws come in, it means if he has queen 10 of spades or whatever, or king queen of spades, he's always missed. If a backdoor flush draw came in, then it means he would have hit a hand which he could continue with more often. This hand's going to be a fold. Ace 4 off, just calling, maybe sometimes free betting, but not now. And this flop, I'll just go with a check call. I want to mostly check raise, but my hand doesn't have too great properties for that. 9-4 suited, we'll go for an open. So you can see here that I'm going for a 2.5x open, and I'm going to open around about 80% of hands probably. Going to use a rabbit a bunch. So we're going to play for around about an hour. Get double barreled, have ace high, but my kicker isn't too good. Like my 4 of hearts is not too good. I have loads of hands which can continue here, especially on the 6 of hearts. So definitely gonna fold this one. Show him the 4 of hearts. He'll think, how can you fold the 4 of hearts there? Queen 6 off. I'm gonna go for an open and Jack 7 off as well. Flop, we flop bottom pair, backdoor flush draw, backdoor double straight draw. He's going to have lots of check raises here, like king jacks and king 8s and stuff like that. So I'm going to check back here, try to realize my equity. Jack 7 off is going to be a fold versus a 3-bet. I would call with, say, Jack 10 off, but Jack 7 off is just a very bad hand. Turn I can definitely call. I have a straight draw, a flush draw, a pair. So I'm definitely not going to fold just yet. 2 pair on the river. It's interesting. I have a lot of Jack X, like Jack 9 and Jack 6 and stuff like that. If I have Queen 6, I also have Jack 6. I'm going to check call a weak Jack here and lead the turn when the 4 pairs. Face a big bet on the river. I have 2 pair and a flush blocker. I think I probably want to go for a call when I have 2 pair with a flush draw. And if I don't have the flush draw, I'm going to fold. So I'm going to call this one. And he has Jack 2. Nice turn. Really good run out for our friend over in Austria. May face a raise here. Oh, do we get a little payoff here from our boy? Do we get a little payoff wizard here? Oh, 10s. We hate to see it, Ben. Jack 9 suited. We'll play a pot. 10-6, we are going to just go for a check call. Ace 2-3, we'll just go with the bets. And we're going to bet twice here with our 6. I wouldn't bet a 3 or a 4, so I'm going to use a larger sizing. Ace Queen, going to go for a free bet. My sizing's going to be around about this whole game, 10.5x. He could have some turn raises, like a queen for sure. But you're probably going to expect him to see mostly play call or fold, I guess. 10-3 off, we're going to have as a fold. 7s, we're going to have as a really small bet on this board. Just going really small, targeting the auto folds, like 8-6 off, making him defend some hands like 8-6 with a heart kind of thing. Turn's interesting because he should check raise flop with queen x very, very often. So I'm going to go for another bet. I think this sizing kind of targets a hand like king 10 offsuit quite well. So maybe get some bluff raises in from him, some value raises from queen x, etc. So on the river, I am going to go for a big bet. I unblock the queen x. Any queen x that he slow played, I'm going to unblock. He's probably going to fold a lot of hands by this point anyway. So I think a really large bet makes sense in this format. If he has a flush draw, he's going to just fold. If he has a queen, he's never going to fold. Kind of interesting when he check calls a flop. He's going to check raise flush draws as well pretty often. Here I check call 3x. I can just bluff like queen 10 of clubs or something. I don't need to bluff bottom pair. King 9 is going to be a check raise for value. I'm going to check raise my strongest 9x here for sure to pull frequency. You shouldn't have too many hands which can value bet on this board. Like King X is going to bet the turn again. Ace X is obviously betting. Is he really betting a 4? I don't think so. Face a large size, but I think my hand still wants to raise. We face an overbet here, and I guess we're going to just go for a fold. I get my check raise in here with King 9. Show me free. Doesn't show me cards. I think I'm giving away a little bit too much information here. 8-4 off, we're going to go for a raise. BENCB tanking. Am I going to get flop free bet here? Surely not. Surely not BENCB. Surely not BENCB. I'm going to go with a call and play turns. My hand's very strong, obviously, but we're going to reevaluate some turns. Ace is okay. Like, he shouldn't have much ace x in his range. He shouldn't have much ace x in his range. I will have ace 3, ace 4. Some hands like that. He shouldn't have much ace x. I'm going to check the turn anyway. He can have some 3-4 hands, but if he has 4-3, surely he's worried about me shoving over the top of his flop 3 bet. So 3-4 should be somewhat unlikely, I think. I'm going to call again. He could also still have like queen 9 for value, king 9 for value, even like potentially jack 9, thinking I have a worse 9 or whatever else. So I'm definitely going to call the turn. I'm very protected. I would slow play my 2 pairs. I would have some straights. I'm going to have some ace 3, ace 4. So I'm going to call the turn, fold the river. That's going to be fine. And up here, I have an easy, well, not easy, I have a hand which I'm going to bet. I'm not going to bet all my 8x and stuff, so I'm going to use a slightly larger sizing. Yeah, if I face a river bet, I'm going to fold with king 9. I'm very far down in my range at this point. I may rather call a hand like 5-4 or 2-3 or something like this rather than king 9. So I'm going to let this one go if he goes all in. He's not going to expect me to do much folding probably here. Standard BENCB, timing out everywhere. King 4. Look, give it to Papa. Give it to Papacito. We love to see it. Giving up, Bensi. How are you giving up? It's an interesting hand. 2 overcards, backdoor straight draw. Seems like a nice one for him to choose. But we take an early lead. We take an early lead. I'm going to call the queen and just fold on the river. Oh, I'm going to check this river. All right, call that. Good bet. I get more rake back than you do, so we love to see that. And oh, we're getting some pigeons thrown at us. So we're going to start throwing some stuff back. Go for a little goat. A good call. Queen 4, I'm going to check call. I would check raise a lot of queen x, but not queen 4. H3, going to go for a check fold. River here, we're going to go for a pot size bet. Don't need to go too large. I should have the nuts there, but don't need to go too large. his bluff catching range is quite weak, so I don't need to target that with a super large size, and I can target like ace highs with this kind of size, and I think get paid off again. This man is a payoff wizard. This guy is a payoff wizard. I'm gonna pot of value all challenge all for this hour. I'm just gonna keep potting, potting, potting. Every time I pot, my family gets another Christmas present. We absolutely love to see it. This board texture, some large betting from checking, I think. Makes some sense. I'm going to check this one. Check, check, pot as a bluff last time. He checks the turn. This is going to hit me. I have a lot of queen jacks, queen nines, which don't want to bet fold the flop. So I'm going to go for a check back again. This river, I believe I'm very far down in my range now. Like 8-6 is going to bet the flops. Like I can only bluff ace-x. So I'm going to bluff my weakest ace-x, which is going to be ace-4, ace-3, ace-5. So yeah. If I have ace-9, I may check. So yeah, get this one through, which we love to see. Ben check raises the flop and then checks the turn. I'm going to go for a big bet. I think it makes sense. I'm not going to bet like jacks or queens here. I'm very polarized. I want to put pressure on lots of hands. So I'm going to start with a big bet on the turn. Most likely checking back the river when I have spades, I think, but it's interesting. We'll see. 6 river cards. Do we he's not a folder, this guy. That's the unfortunate thing. He's not a folder. Do we go for the half pot classic value bet? He's gonna have like 2x of spades, ace-x of spades. So we're gonna lose like a slightly better spade draw quite often here. I'm gonna just fold this one though. Check it back. 6-4. Wow, well, he wouldn't have folded that one, that's for sure. He wouldn't have folded that one. Top and bottom often acts as a good hand to slow play. When we when we get all the money in, we can get counterfeit on the jack, or if we check raise a jack can come in out at the EV of our hand quickly decreases. So when we have top pair and bottom pair, we're just very often going to use this as a check call and trap down for free streets. It gives our check call range a little bit of strength as well. I'm going to just keep calling. I may raise versus a small river bet, but not versus a large river bet size. Now we have the king of diamonds. Again, if he bets small, I will probably go for a raise. If he bets big, then I will go for just a call. Hopefully he doesn't go like $400 or something. That'd probably be on the greedy side. Okay, versus this size, we can potentially raise. Versus this size, I think we can find a raise with this hand. I can imagine like ace of diamonds may go even bigger in this kind of dynamic. So I'm going to go for the raise on the river. And I think it's going to be pretty good. I could bluff like a jack that called the turn. We don't want to face a free bet all in, that's for sure. We face free bet all in, we hate life. He's not going to expect me to raise like the queen of diamonds here, so I think this is going to work out pretty well. He's also going to bet a lot of diamonds on the turn and value bet them on the river too, so because of that, we get it. Do we get a check call? Do we get a, no, we get a check fold, right? We get a check fold. I like it though, I think my play's good. 9-10 suited, it's going to be a raise. Top up, bro. Topped up. I wasn't gonna let him sit there as a 70 big blind specialist. Queen 10 off, we're gonna check fold, and Queen 8 no backdoors, we're gonna fold 2. King 7, we're gonna go for a raise, and Queen 10, we're gonna go for a raise. Just seeing if Ben messaged me. Didn't. Queen 10, I'm gonna have as a bet here. Could argue having check back, but I think just betting my range here is gonna be okay. If we do face a check raise, we will call this one. We could maybe bet fold like Queen 8 offsuit or something, but having the backdoor straight draw and flush draw is good. He shouldn't check raise that thinly for value, I don't think. So I think betting range is okay. Let's see what happens. 6-3 off. Gonna go for fold. I believe there's some limping as well in like absolute theory that we'd have some limps, like very marginal limps as well, but I'm not going to do that for today's game. Queen 9 off, could have some free bets, we're going to mostly call. 6-4 suited, we're going to go for a free bet. Queen 9 with a double gut shot, and an up and down straight draw and a spade. We're going to go for an overbet. This looks good. And we're going to go for a huge river bet. Having a spade's nice for us, obviously. He's going to think I'm being somewhat greedy, maybe, but I have to have a spade in my hand to do this. So I need to have king nine or queen nine a spade with one spade to do this. I don't have that many bluffs, and I need to block king queen as well. So I think queen nine with a spade, king nine with a spade are going to be the two combos I choose. If he does find a call, then congrats. We get it through. We love to see it. We love to see it. We'll go for a c bet over here. Get it through. We're doing good. Going to use a large sizing on this board. Have some checkbacks and bet some larger sizings and start plowing some money in. Did not get there. Kings, we're going to go for a 4-bet. He's not going to. He would not 3-bet fold here. I can guarantee that. King's going to go for a small sizing and get some check raises against this. Could definitely have some bigger bets here as well. Kind of like to get check raised too, and we're going to just call down mostly. But we're going to see how their board runs out. If their board runs out like 9 jack or whatever, we can get away. But that's a really good turn card. He's also going to have like queen jack off and stuff like that. Turn again, I'm quite polarized, so I'm going to use a large sizing. He saw me use a large sizing after flop went check check previously. I'm going to have 6-9, 7-9, loads of hands which can go into my betting range here on turn. Kings, I'm blocking king. Him having a queen, he's going to 3-bet king queen 100% of the time pre-flop. So when I have 2 kings, it's unlikely that he has a queen. He goes for a check raise, which is really bizarre. What the fuck is this? This is so strange. This is so strange. Nothing really makes sense to want to do this. Like, he doesn't have. I'm just gonna just fold. I'm gonna just fold. Maybe that's a absolutely ridiculously bad fold, but it just seems, it screams out to me like 5-8, queen 5, queen 8. Like, I don't know. Maybe he's bluffing like ace 4 suited or something like that. I don't know, but I like my fold. Got to be confident with your folds. You got to be confident with your folds. I'm not gonna be able to watch this video now. I'm absolutely petrified to see what the hell he had in that hand. Jesus. Please don't comment. If he was bluffing me, do not go to the comment box. Do not tell me about it. And with ace deuce ace rip, thing is his fold to free bet's gonna be a lot lower than it potentially should be. So I'm gonna play a little bit more passive. Good flop for us with backdoor flush draw, 2 backdoor straight draws. Turn, we're gonna go for a bet. Big bet, I think. I'm not going to bet like 7x here. I'm going to just bet strong hands and strong draws. I'm going to bet the turn here with 7. And on the ace river, I'm going to go for a check raise. He's going to have a lot of club hands, like kings with a club, king queen with a club, stuff like that. So I think going for a check raise makes sense. I'm going to go for a check shove, probably. Well, not a check shove. He shouldn't have much ace of clubs. His ace of clubs are always going to bet the flop. Like, he doesn't check back ace 9 with the ace of clubs, ace jack with the ace of clubs. So check raising here makes a lot of sense. He shouldn't have many non-flushers, and if he does, he's not going to value bet like 7-8 here, I don't think. Well, he could do, but having a big raise size makes sense. He's going to have a high club and have to call pretty often, and we get caught. Do we get a little payoff here? Surely he doesn't pay us off. No, get a fold there, get a fold here, get a turn bet in, get a river bet in from him, which is nice though. At king 6, we're going to call. We'll check raise some better hands, or king 6 with a diamond maybe, but king 6, no diamond, I'm going to go for check call. Check the turn and then value bet the river most likely. And on the 4, we will go for a bet. Not too big because we don't have many bluffs. And here we're going to check raise our 8. We have gut shots. We're going to be playing most of our range that we continue with as a check raise here. We don't have many hands which want to check call. Like a 5 wants to check raise, a 6 wants to check raise, 7-8 wants to check raise. We have aces here. I'm going to continue going for the 10.5x sizing. I'm pretending I'm going to roll a frequency or something. And we get a 3-bet. May get 4-bet non-all in from him. Then we get called, and I'm going to go for a small size. We're going to run into a jack sometimes, so that's fine. Going to run into a jack sometimes, but that's fine. I'm going to continue just betting here. He won't necessarily bet a king himself twice. So I think it's important that I put all the money in against the king or against the hand like queen 10 or queen 9 or whatever. And on the river, we're going to shove. I mean, like I said, we're going to run into a jack. That's fine. No problem. But aces is going to be strong enough to jam here. I could have a hand like 10-8, 10-7, ace X of clubs, whatever else. I'm going to shove aces. Hopefully not get snapped. But we probably get slow rolled anyway off a jack. A jack is not even that much of a slow roll because I beat loads of jack X hands. So you only really want to slow roll with like king jack or queen jack, but it feels like the slow rolls come in here. When I'm jamming this semi thinly, you don't really. Well, he's using this time bank and he doesn't have much of it, so he shouldn't actually use much to slow roll, probably. I'm not going to let him set a new table if he does slow roll me, that's for sure. Is he slow rolling me? Let's have a look. He's slow rolling me. He's gone down to 1. Oh, he calls king queen. Wow. He calls king queen. We love to see it. We absolutely love to see it. And you know, if I did go for a check call on the turn, he may have some like it's hard to get called by worse when he bets. I'm gonna have full houses, straights, aces, stuff like that. So yeah, we're happy about this. And these two hands are gonna be check check. I'm gonna double delay bluff the 7-9, I think. Golden versus this with no diamond, that's fine. Ace 9 suitable free bet for value. So just free bets. It's the free bet hand. Call the queen 8. Just check call in here. Like it's too dangerous of a board to go for a check raise. Like my 8's not going to be strong on many turns, right? Like if the turn is a 7, a 9, a 4, a queen, a king, an ace, I'm going to have a very. I'm going to bet again for value though. I think my hand's just about strong enough. It's one of the strongest hands, one of the weakest hands I'll value bet, but I think queen 8 is strong enough to value bet. Hopefully don't get too many raises against me. It would be kind of weird to raise. I don't think ace 7 wants to raise here. I don't think ace 9 wants to raise. Maybe he thinks I always just use a bigger size with the nuts here. Versus a double barrel, I'm going to fold my ace 9. I'll have loads of hands to continue here. Don't need to call this one, I don't think. I think, yeah, he could get a raise. He may just be raising like ace 5, ace 6, ace 3. He may raise like ace king, ace queen, stuff like that as well. I'm at the bottom of my range. I don't need to. I would rather, yeah, like I don't block any value. Like he doesn't have ace 8 because he would bet the flop. Um, so yeah, I think it's a good fold. I think it's a good value bet as well. Obviously, if I bet it, I think it's good. It doesn't mean it is good. It just means I believed at the time it was good. Ace Jack, I'm going to go check back and bluff catch rivers quite often. I'm blocking 5, 6s, 10s, diamonds. It's a good river card for me as well. Okay, checks. He should value bet every 7, every 8 for sure. Deuce probably not, but I should have the best hand pretty often. 10 deuce. That's one which makes kind of sense that I can lose to. 5-6 suited is going to be a pure free bet here for me. Call the turn bet of the 5 deuce. Put the free bet in first. I'm going to put a bet in. I have a lot of 4x and 9x here. I'm at the bottom of my range. So I think it's good to bet. I don't have many worse hands than a 5 here. I definitely want to have some leads because he's going to have lots of checkbacks. I'm betting only straights and better, so I think it's good, a good line. If I get 4 bet, I will consider calling 5-6, but a flop extremely good. King 7, I'm going to start with a bigger bet here. Make it tougher for him to continue the hand like Queen 10 or Jack 10, one of these kind of hands. Turn at 10 also clears my outs. Maybe I get some hands to fold like King 8s. I'm going to check back here. I can beat some hands. 7's quite good. I still beat 4, still beat a 3. I beat 7-5. I beat 7-6. Place a big bet here. We're going to put a raise in with our 2 pair. And I'm going to go for a value bet on the river with King 7. It's probably the weakest hand I would value bet, but I think it is a bet. So I'm going to put this bet in. He should bet and he should check raise a 9 on the flop very often. He free bets the flop here. I'm going to go for a click back with 2 pair. Unblocking the overpairs, I want him to put the money in. Maybe he does something crazy. Some action killing turn cards. We're deep enough that I want to get one more bet in. Maybe facing a raise here versus the pot size bet. We get a call from the pot size bet. Turn king over here. He had 4-5. Yeah, that's a nice value bet. I'm gonna check the turn here like a give up kind of hand and then jam the river. I allow him to maybe have queen jack and hit a queen or hit a jack, or if he has ace 10 or something. This is a turn bet we're gonna ship all in. If we're BTR, I mean it's a fucking ridiculous cooler. You should never have king 4, king 5, king 9. So I'm definitely gonna go for a shove. I can represent 6-7 or something like that potentially. So yeah, I don't want him to check back queens on the river, whatever it may be. We may be getting slow rolled from like 4s or something, 5s, 9s. Could have 9s potentially too. Probably not. Probably just call my check raise. Could be getting slow rolled. Little free bet here. He doesn't like to fold. Probably won't fold. You get a fold. Okay. We love to see it. Not sure what he had there. Maybe jacks or something. We're going to use a big sizing on 9-7-4. I think it's a board where it makes sense to have some bigger sizings. Want to force a lot of money without overpairs, put pressure on 2 overcards, etc. So I think it's going to be a good board to bet big on. I will play turn. It allows me to play turns as shoves as well. Like if the turn opens up a flush draw, I can play my flush draws as shoves, my overpairs as shoves, stuff like that. Face a check raise here. We're going to just let it go. We have 25 minutes left. Let's hope BENCB doesn't get too desperate, start chasing the losses. It can turn so quickly in heads up, of course. Small size. Versus this, we're going to go for a bet. Half pot puts pressure on king queen already. So I'm going to do the half pot. And then on the river, I'm also going to value bet. I have a lot of potential bluffs here. My hand's just about strong enough to bet. It's, I beat the 5x, the 3x, the ace 2s. So yeah, I'm going to be betting somewhat thinly-ish, so I'm going to use not a massive size, I am using a biggish size in here. Hopefully we don't get a raise. He likes to find some bluff raises sometimes, more than other players, potentially. We do find a raise. Block 9-6, which could have checked back sometimes. We block like 7-5 and 7-3, which is something. We don't block like a... Well, we do block a 9, right? A 9's not good to have. I think I would call if I had... Well, then we block 9-6 too, so it's kind of an interesting one. I think we just want to fold this one. I have a lot of hands which can call, but he's probably bluffing me. But we'll let this one go. Send him a congratulations. King Jack, we're going to go for a free bet sometimes, and this time we are. See what happens. Get called, we're going to use a small bet. Could go even smaller potentially. And we'll play turns, check call some turns. King of diamonds is interesting. We'll check the turn. We'll have some check raise, check shoves here potentially with some hands. This hand's going to be just a check call. River, I believe we don't want to shove. We just beat enough hands. Like we beat Queen Jack, we beat Queen 10, we block some flushes. So yeah, we're beat by King Queen, but that's fine. Swap betting on paired boards. Just easy fold versus a raise. No bluff. No, not this time. I can beat enough hands there. Like I just beat Queen Jack suited, and yeah, he said he's not folding King Queen, so it's good that I would probably give up this one. He blocks kings and queens as well, which is a good thing for him. Turn, I'm going to check call the 5-6. Queen opens up a lot of hands. River, I'm going to also check and potentially bluff catch. We'll see what happens. Maybe he turns like King 5, something like that into a bluff on the river. We'll see. See on his size, and he bets very big. I can just let it go. I'll have like some traps, and I'll have some hands with a 10 in, like 10-6 or 10-4, which I would rather call than this one. Heads up, it's going to be a lot of time where we just dealt pretty bad hands, like 7 deuce. Okay, so yeah, I will open it for the content, sure. We'll open it for the content. We get it through. Oh, can I show? I wanted to show. And off, we're going to go for a call and check call on the flop. We're going to see some big bets on this board, like some 3/4 pot bets. See a check back. We're somewhat concerned about. Screams of like King X pretty often. River, we're going to check as well. Tried to get a double delay bluff like 7-8 offsuit to go for a bluff, and we will call. He will go twice with King X for value, I believe. So like he could have jacks or queens or tens or something. Hope he doesn't go like 3x pot or something silly. Like some thin. Oh, we actually have a we actually have this thing where you successfully 3x pot jam second pair. So he 3x pots here. So this is like some sick dynamic. So like if I call here and I'm wrong and he has a king, then I lose an extra stack. So I think I have to fold this, but then he could be using that as a meta. He could be using that as a meta too. So I'm gonna have to fold. I'm gonna have to do some more checkbacks on the turn when I have two pair as well. When I have second pair as well. Um it's funny. Check call here. I think my hand's a bit too weak. Don't want to force too much money in. On the turn, I'm going to start with a big bet. And we will bet the river as well, of course. We have a flush draw as well, so it's quite nice. It'd be weird to face a raise here. Shouldn't see many raises going on. It's fold. River would be at 7, which would have been a check raise for us, I think. He would on the river card he would if the river was a 7 he would bluff his 3x. So if he has 5-3 he would have to bluff 3x. If he has a 7 he's going to bet. So I get check raises in against value and I get him to bluff. So it would be a really good river card to go over a check raise. Fours here, we're going to go for a smidgen of free betting, just small frequency, but we rolled it this time. We force out hand like 9-10 offsuit to fold, and we build a pot up for when we do flop a set, so it's an okay hand to free bet. 6-3, I'm going to go for a big bet, call a raise. A6, we're going to go for a big turn bet, big river bet probably, on a blank, like a 7, an 8, a 9, a 4, potentially a 2, potentially. And we're going to go for a check fold over here. So we have around about 10 minutes left of the match. So this is interesting. Nine's going to go for a free bet. I'm not going to play like a nit and just lock it up, obviously. I'm still going to free bet my pocket fours and anything which is, if I roll the frequency, I'm just going to take it. I'm going to try to play good poker. Maybe he will stop being a bit more aggressive. We're going to go for the little old school. I'm going to go for a big bet on this board. I nearly went for it, but couldn't get around in time. We can call a raise if we do get raised, and we can still value bet the king. He's going to have 10x of clubs, 5x of clubs. He's going to have jack 10, queen 10, king 9, stuff like this. So I think it's good to bet the turn big and check back the river. Shouldn't face a raise here. River 2 pair, which is a really strong hand, but the hands which I was going to get value from on the river on the turn, like 10x of clubs and 5x of clubs, they're now a straight. Queen 10 is now a straight, so I'm going to go for a check back and probably lose. Yeah, that's exactly the hand I was potting against, so I think he could maybe have some leads on that river when his range is so flush heavy, and I'm going to check back a bunch of flushes. On this river card, I don't want to use a small sizing for value, so I'm going to go for a big sizing. Queen 10s, queen jacks, ace 9s, 9-10s, all these kind of hands are going to be in his range for bluff catching. I'm going to have like just ace 2, ace 3, ace 4 that I have to bluff the river with. We don't want to get raised, but it would be very weird to raise the river too, I think. I'm going to have some checkbacks again, like jack 10s or 6x sometimes, so I don't need to worry too much. And I can just call when I have queen 10 or queen jack instead of king queen. Face a bet here with 7s, we're going to call once. Beat lots of hands, can improve. And let's have a look. Over here we face a double barrel, which is going to fold. Don't beat on my balls in the chat box too much. Good turn card for us. He should play this one aggressively, like 5-4s and stuff, can't check call, so they're probably going to go for a bet themselves. He's going to bet worse for value twice, so we can't fold. And this is a check, we're going to bet ourselves twice for a large sizing. I'm not going to want to use a small sizing in position on this kind of board texture, I don't believe. 10-8 off, that's not a good river card. Like all the queen X that we beat before, we now beat again, so I'm going to just check back. Lose to a flush, which Could have got a check raise in maybe somewhere. Turn here, we're going to go for a bet, and we will bet some rivers, but having a diamond isn't too great, but it's not too bad. Not having a queen or a king is quite good for us. We have so many bluffs here, though. We have to be careful. We have 4-3, 6-3, 6-7, all those kind of stuff. So we do want to bluff when we have a diamond in our hand, but I think we don't want to have a 10. So I would just bluff 6-7 with a diamond or whatever. I think this hand I'm going to make a give up. Lose to 5-4, which is okay. This may have called the river for sure, so I don't hate that. And let's keep going. We have 8 minutes remaining. Give Bennett. Try to justify my play to my hero. Face a check raise here, we're gonna fold. I would bet small with most hands here. Flop here, we're gonna bet small and could I'm probably gonna fold to a raise. I would call 10-9, like two overcards. He's gonna raise 7x pretty aggressively, so I can call two overcards to the 7. So I'll call 9-8, but 8-5, we're just gonna put as a fold. King 6, gonna roll here. Okay, we're gonna call. Check raise a flop with a really strong flush draw. Loads of hands can continue, like 9-10 of diamonds, queen, sorry, 9-10 offsuit, queen 10, king 10s, all these kind of stuff. So I'm gonna go for a check raise. This hand, maybe make an ace fold or something. And here we gonna go for a large bet on 8-5-3. I think not too much small betting going on here. Jack 2 off, we're gonna find a fold. Queen is not too great for us. He's gonna have queen x of clubs, queen x of hearts. He's gonna think we have a lot of bluffs like 9-10, 6-7. So I'm gonna check. We can still sometimes win. He's gonna have like ace fours, ace twos that we beat. He's gonna have king jack suited, stuff like that. So top and bottom, I'm gonna just slow play like I spoke about previously. He can value bet worse for free streets. So I'm gonna just call, call, call. I can get some raises in on some rivers. This river card here, I can still win against some hands. So I'm gonna check. He shouldn't have that many value bets as played. Like he shouldn't probably bet an 8 on this river. He's not going to bet a 5. He's going to bet a queen on the turn very often. So um, let me check here. He can represent a 7 here pretty well. Turn in a 7 and then check him back. He's going to go for like a 2x pot river bet here very often. His value bet range on the river is 7x and air, so it makes sense to go for a big size in. I want to unblock his air, and this 10-5 is my perfect bluff catcher. I don't want to go for a check raise because he's not going to fold a 7. So yeah, he's going to go for a third. Yeah, I win against these two. So he's going to go for a big size in here, and it makes sense for me to always call with 10-5. And I beat the king too. So yeah, a lot of people may go for a value bet on the river here, but we want to let him bluff. So when we have the counterfeited 2 pair, and this is also one of the reasons. This is one of the reasons why we just check call the flop, because when we do have top and bottom, it turns from a really strong hand to a very weak hand really quickly. So because of that, it makes sense for us to want to just call the flop, slow play, and then on the river use our hand as a check call, because it's important to identify that he's going to use a very large sizing on this river, because he's representing trips or air. So when he's representing trips or air, he definitely wants to use a large sizing. Pocket 8's going to go into a free bet here. Jack 3 going to go into a check call. Don't love the sizing. I mean, I don't love the face of sizing, but we're going to call. Our Jack is a very live kind of 2 pair kind of hand. If we get 4 bets here, we'll have some shoves, some calls, no folds. Would have been a bad board. Here, our hand's too weak to value bet, too strong to bluff. Ace jack off. We're going to go for check back. He's going to have. He should have value bet 7 here for sure. On the turn is a clear value bet as well, I think. We're going to check back here. We're going to face a lot of check raises on this board texture, I think. So it's important. It makes sense to have some check backs. This is a hand which falls quite nicely into not wanting to get check raised. Turn, we're going to go for a small bet for protection with most of our range. And on the 10-6-2 here, we're going to go for a big bet. He may check raise 6x on the turn. He's going to have some flushes, which he check calls the turn. So I'm going to go for a check back. It's gonna have some free X. Most of this free X should bet the turn though, and we beat ace high, so yeah. On a brick, I would have value bet, but not when the heart's complete. BENCB saying nothing. Okay, Dietrich fast here. The sick brags I have. The sick brags I have. And Queen 10. We're gonna continue this as a free bet. No full betting with the sound, I don't think. We flop really well. He should use really large sizings here, I think. Force money in with strong hands. He uses large sizing, and you guys know what we're going to be up to here. Oh, well, we're ready for the river slow roll. We are ready for the river slow roll. 10-second river slow roll, if we can make it. If we can make it, we will get it in. He bets again. We're not going to fold this hand, of course. Ah, I missed it. I missed it. So this is going to be the last two hands on both tables. He goes all in, and if he's bluffing with a better hand like Queen Jack or Ace 5 or something. So gonna just fold. And here I have a double gut shot, so I'm gonna type in last two hands. Gonna definitely bet the turn. I can make Ace 10 fold with this size, and oh wow, this could be an epic last hand of the match. This could be an epic last hand of the match. Ace King offsuit. He's not gonna fold. I should have maybe even sized up. This board, I think some check calls make sense for me. If I improve to an ace or a king, it means that if I improve to an ace or a king, I'm going to hit a heart, which has got some reverse implied odds. So I'm going to just go for a call. Four's not bad. I'm going to call again. I have a gut shot over here, so I'm definitely going to call a bet. I will call again on the turn here with ace king. Ooh, it's a big sizing, but we're not going to fold ace king here. Over here, we're going to keep calling. This river's good for us. Oh shit, I misclicked the river. I misclicked the river. I misclicked the fucking river. Jesus Christ. What? I was trying to sit out and we misclicked the river. He's gonna think I'm doing some stupid induce or like betting like 6-7 or something like this. Oh my god, we get the full! We get the full! What a way to end it! What a way to fucking end it here. Oh my god. What a way to end it. That's insanity. I misclicked the river. I misclicked the river. What the fuck, man? How do I misclick the river there? It's always the last hand of the match. I swear I'm not doing this on purpose. It's just you'll see back. It's so natural if you rewind. Fucking hell, man! Christ Almighty! Maybe it's GTO. I'm gonna induce a bluff here from 10-5 of diamonds, which went for a double delay bet. He may use like 3x pots here as well with a jack, which would be second pair successfully. Versus this sizing, we're gonna find a raise. Do we find a raise? He shouldn't have a jack. He shouldn't have a jack. I'm going to just call. Ace high, value bet, interesting. Okay, and over here, we're going to check down and win against jack high. So we should be sat out now. So interesting. We're gonna get BENCB on the line here. We're gonna get BENCB on the line. See what he's saying.
You are the biggest nit on earth.
With what? Which hand do you think I was nitty with?
No, I'm just kidding, man.
We had, bro, you have no idea. You know the last hand where I led the river? I misclick.
I wanted to bluff.
Bro, if you went all in, I think you would have been like, it might have been like close to evenish if you went all in there. I misclicked. I had ace king high. I check call.
I had queen jack. I actually no, I had the queen in hearts. I wouldn't have bluffed with it.
I would have had to call probably. Like I was so tilted. Like I was so tilted.
I was very confused. I was like, what is going on here?
I know, bro. I was so tilted at the time. Like, oh god. But yeah, it was fun. There was some interesting hands. There was some interesting hands for sure.
The Aces jam was pretty. I was very surprised you jammed there. I don't think it's a good jam.
But I was saying to myself on the turn that I have to either check call here or go for free streets. But if
Because King Queen is the only hand that I'm really calling, unless
King
I
10,
straight.
Queen 10, I think like
I'm not calling a pure king without.
I think a King 10 is better to call than King Queen probably.
Yeah, but you're not bluffing a queen, no?
Yeah, exactly. So like King Queen, King 10. Yeah, I could bluff 10-8, but 10-9, I would have 10-9 offsuit, ace 10. So like I think you're gonna call a king enough of the time that I'm not gonna check fold aces, right? So like,
Yeah.
what are you gonna turn into a bluff if I check? I was thinking of checking the turn. We were speaking about. I was speaking about that.
Yeah. Maybe I would just block. I would just block the river against King X. Get the safe call from the king.
Yeah, well, SPR 1, I thought like.
I mean, I was already tanking with King Queen. I was like,
I know,
yeah,
I
okay.
know. But my value bet range doesn't really want to block. I don't think. Like even aces is thin, right? Like I have like straights, full houses, and jack X, which wants to shove. So it was very weird. What? Oh, you double check raised me.
Yeah. And then on the river, I was like, it's not possible to triple check raise bluff. Like,
Bro, are you serious? You know what I folded on this board? You mean when you double check raised me when you went to 380 on the turn?
Yeah.
Do you know what I had here? Have a guess. Have a guess. It was Queen 8-5.
Yeah, no, it was Queen because I had 4-5 suited, I think, and I turned an open and straight draw.
No,
wait, no, it was Queen 8 deuce.
No, it was Queen 8-5 because 6-7 was a straight draw. Open ended. 9-7 was a gut shot.
Yeah, I had complete garbage.
Oh my god, bro! You have no idea what I folded. I
Queen.
I had kings. I had kings. I was like, what the fuck is this idiot doing? He's check raising. It makes no sense. Because if you have like a straight draw, you're just going to bet the turn, right? It was like Queen 8-5 deuce. So I was like,
no, I was going for the mission, bro.
Yeah, I didn't even think about the mission. Because on the river, we're not even deep enough to go for.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, what the fuck is this? I have pot left. I can't check raise it.
Oh my god. What did you have? I
turned straight draw.
Oh my god. I was saying to the chat, like, if this guy bluffed me, do not tell me in comments. I'm so tilted. I thought kings. Fucking 2 kings. Because I didn't think you would check raise worse than kings for value. Like, it was Queen 5-8. Like, you're not going to check raise Queen 9 twice, you know? So I was like, yeah, there's air, which is weird to have. It's tough to have. Or he has me fucking dead. So I just fucking folded. Oh my god. I'm going to have to edit this one out. I can't let people know I folded kings. Fuck me, man. Everyone thinks I'm the biggest nit. I either fold jacks or kings every video. It's ridiculous. Like, it's so tilted.
It's alright. It's part of you won by I think 1 or 2 stacks. That's alright.
I'll check now. Yeah, I won like two bit stacks. Yeah, but you owe me with the king, so I feel fucking terrible now. But okay. Hard to double check his bluff, right?
Well, apparently not.
Yeah. I mean, I guess not. Against me, it's not hard. I'm folding fucking overpairs. Fuck's sake, man. But yeah, we should do a rematch where we add some more rules like the double checkers bluff or whatever. Yeah. So that's fun. But yeah, let's
And you folded once where at 7 deuce off, and then you folded once where at ace in the big blind. I was so tilted.
Really?
I was so tilted when I did 7 deuce off. I was so pumped. Oh my god, that's gonna be 3-bit, 5-bit jam all day long. Then you walk me. 5 minutes and I have aces. You walk me again. I was like, what the fuck? Is this guy seeing my cards?
Yeah, I could see the. We're still in the call. I could see the stream. No, but anyway, that was really good. Let's speak offline anyway next few days, whatever.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas.
Yeah, Merry Christmas, bro. Yeah. How's it going with your course?
Good. Well, you know, I realized lots of my videos had no audio, so that was great. So, but they always say it's better second time round, so it'll be okay. But yeah, thanks so much for playing, and let's speak offline. Yeah.
We do a rematch. Yeah.
Nice one. Well done.
See you. Bye.
GG. Guys, that was a fun match. I can't believe I folded the kings. Look at these rosy reds. I am buzzing to win the heads up feud match. No one will call me out on Twitter again. If you want to call me out on Twitter, call me out. Maybe we have a game. First heads up video, Calapuju, boom. Second video, Galfond. I'm not going to give him a disrespectful boom, but GG Galfond. Third game, BENCB. Boom. Big boom. We took all 3 out. Who's next? Who do you want to see me play heads up next? Let me know in the comments who do you want me to challenge. I don't want to challenge Linus. I don't want to challenge Make Boyfin. But anyone else, you know, we can take on a Negreanu, we can take on a Doug Polk, we can take on a Joey Ingram. But yeah, let me know in the chat box who you want me to take on. I really enjoy making these heads up videos. It's like, not only do I run good and run really well, not only do I fold kings somehow terribly, but I get to play loads of hands. It's interesting. I'm not waiting around like, okay, yeah, these guys are doing this. It's tanking. It's action. I can really get involved. So if you don't like the heads up videos, let me know in the comments too. If you'd rather see 6-marks or MTTs or sit and goes, whatever it may be, let me know. But if you do like these heads up matches, please let me know in the comments and I will keep on doing them. I'll keep on taking people on, etc. I'm due a big loss, so who do you want to see give me max punishment? I'm willing to take the punishment as well as give it. So thanks a lot for watching the video. Please engage. I'm always gonna say this is Pads on Poker. I need to stop the outro. Still don't have an outro. Pads on Poker. Magic hands.